Good evening, folks. We have a special show today. We have a show with my daughter Jada Holt. She has a friend that's kind of like outside of the camera view. I don't know whether she's gonna say anything or not, but she's also one of the protesters. I don't know whether she'll say anything or not. Her name is Janiyah Suttles. We have KQ in the house. KQ, what's up with you?
Hey everybody, make sure you follow us on all our social medias. Facebook is reaching out with Eddie, YouTube reaching out with Eddie, TikTok reaching out with Eddie. And if you all have any questions, you can call the number 205-259-8941.
Yeah. Also, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yeah,
Subscribe and
don't
tell
forget
somebody.
to
And
subscribe.
post like when we gonna do special shows and we put things on our website. That's www.reachingoutwithedit.com. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna bring my daughter Jada Hold in. Jada, where are you?
Oh,
There she is. There she is. Hey Jada, how you doing?
hey.
Hey. Look at her smiling. I just saw you look up at your friend. Uh hey Janelle. Hey, look, there she is. She's gonna speak too. I want you guys like to you guys you called me last week and you was telling me about situation I was having at school with the Black History program. First of all, I'd like you to introduce yourself, tell a little bit about yourself. I'd like for you to do the same thing. Miss Janelle, make sure is it okay with your mama for you to be on this YouTube video? I think you need.
Yes, I'm 18, so she really don't care.
All right. When you said you was 18, that's good. Okay. I want you to tell me about you, Jada, and then tell me about yourself, and I'd like for you to do the same, Miss Suttles. Go
Okay,
ahead, Jada.
Okay, so my name is Jada Holt. I'm a senior in high school. I've been on dance line for 4 years, and this past year I was captain of dance line. I'm in the National Beta Club, Student Government Association, and I'm also in the National Society of High School Scholars.
okay. Hi, everybody. Can they see us? Oh, hey, everybody. Oh my gosh, my hair. My name is Janiyah Suttles. I'm a senior at Hillcrest High School. I am the captain of Tuscaloosa Branson All Stars. Um, I don't know. Yeah, that's it. That's about it. Where you
Tell
go?
us about your Black History program and tell me about it and tell me what happened with that. And this thing seemed to have went national. So tell the people exactly what happened and what were told to you guys.
Okay, so our Black History Month program, we've been doing it for about 4 years now. In the past 2 years, it has gotten big. And the 2 years ago, we did a video that was about Harriet Tubman and slavery because of COVID. So last year, we did a big program and we talked about slavery, civil rights from the Emancipation Proclamation all the way to now, what's going on now. And after the program last year, our assistant principal, she was uncomfortable during the civil rights and slavery section. So she told us that we could not talk about it in the program this year. And every November, we start in November getting the program together, me and a few other board members, and we map out what sections are going to be in the program. And that board member told me that we could not talk about slavery or civil rights. So we didn't have it in the program at all. And in January, it got out of what the assistant principal said, and it was posted on social media stating how are we going to have a Black History Month program if we can't talk about civil rights or slavery. And that caused uproar, and parents find out. They were asking questions and being concerned because they wanted to know why we couldn't talk about the one thing that's important to our history.
I wanted to when you say And folks, her name is Jada Holt, and that is my daughter. And I can tell you that she did call me about it. She wanted to know, she wanted directions from her dad. Of course, you definitely, your dad's gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up. I'm one of those individuals. I'm what you call an advocate for the people, and it seems like you became that too. And I like to say this is that my daughter didn't wake up and say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." It's just that she's standing up for what she believes is right. And the administrator that you're talking about a white administrator. Am I correct?
Yes, she's a white administrator. She's about in her late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah. And this is a problem that you're having. Where and so this thing went national. You guys did an interview on what's that, ABC 3340,
Yes.
and Miss Brown. She's not on this podcast. Miss Subtle. She's a board member also. She's a student that protests. I'm asking that question.
Yes.
Yes. What?
She's a
How
she's a
about let her explain to Miss Suttles? Would you like to come on the camera and talk about how this affected you, and what are some things that you know that you guys are doing, or what is that you're going to do?
Okay, so me and a few of the board members, we have decided to about the whole slavery and civil rights movement thing. We have decided to put in a particular PowerPoint for that particular section because with it being so last minute and us getting permission to talk about it, we came to an agreement that we're just gonna create a video talking about it and educate people who don't understand about it into a nice PowerPoint. What didn't they show it off today? Yeah, they showed it off today. They showed it today. It looked very great.
How long did it last?
It was about a good 5 minutes,
Yeah.
5 to 10 minutes.
I
It was
just gotta
pretty
ask.
long.
I just got to ask you this: how can anyone? How can it's not fair to us to talk about our history in 5 minutes or 10 minutes because we do it for 400 years of slavery, and then as a result of that, we're still paying for that today. And when you talk about administrators, white administration being in their 60s and 70s, see, they're from that time. So some of their ancestors may have been either masters, if not so, they benefited from our oppression, from our slavery, from our folks being lynched. And so, like, even so, like, man, I'm proud of you guys for standing up, but I don't think it should end there. I think I agree with Roland Martin. That he talked about it. They talked about it on Roland Martin, MSNBC. Also, I reached out to him. I did, and what I did is I contact his supervising producer, and what they're going to do is I've given them permission to interview you, Jada, on their show, and so I'm negotiating with them now for you to be on MSNBC, Roland Martin, whatever he called it, unplugged or whatever. You know, I ain't said that right. But anyway, Wednesday, perhaps around noon or sometime after that, we're talking now. So once they give me the go ahead, I give you the go ahead so that you can talk about it and explain. But what's the next step? Are you guys actually going to let them give you a Black History program, a PowerPoint, 5 minutes? And who came up with that?
Well, the program, we since it was so last minute and with them saying in the beginning for since November of the fall, we're thinking in our minds we can't talk about the program, we're going to get in trouble because she told us we can't talk about it. It makes her uncomfortable, and because it's inaccurate to now, like today, events.
But it's not. It is not, and it's just it kind. I'm a little bit upset, not at you guys, at them, at the administrators, because what they did basically they still had their way.
Mhm.
Talking about Black history for 5 minutes, and then it's already bad enough they regulated to just 1 month out of the year. So
Mhm.
even I mean, like you got all of February, but then you got all of March, you got all of April, May, June. You guys should be allowed and be able to put on a Black history program that lasts for at least an hour or however long it lasted the last year. Y'all need the same thing this year. If you don't get the same thing, then you guys haven't won anything.
Yes, our program, it right now it's at an hour and 10 minutes,
Oh
and
yes.
we go from a introduction, the two teachers that's over the Unity Club Black History Month program, and
Can I
then
ask you what color they are? The two teachers that are over it.
one is African American and the other is um Miss Brown.
She's white.
But she's
Yes.
not black. That's,
No.
she's not black. So I
No.
gotta ask you this: is that so? Who came up with the 5 minute PowerPoint talking about history of slavery?
Adia.
Who is
One of
that?
the
She's
one
board
of
member.
the other board members, she's over our finances and stuff. And it takes a long time for the program to come together because we have 5 different sections, and within those sections people are assigned. We have impersonations, we have singing groups, African dances, Afro Caribbean, we have duets and singing and stuff. So
So is any
with
of that gonna be from slavery? That you what you're
no,
talking about now?
no, we didn't have our program is next Wednesday, and we just found out last week they gave us permission. They're saying that we can talk about slavery and civil rights. We found that out last week. So we didn't have enough time to get new parts and add new speeches with civil rights and slavery. So she
Right.
made a video of it. That wasn't my say so,
Yeah.
because originally we were going to have someone be Martin Luther King, and we were going to have a civil rights section, and he was going to talk. And for slavery, I was going to sing, but she made a video, but
Who
that
is
was
she?
one of the board members.
Miss Brown?
No, she's the teacher that's over it. The board
Board
member,
members are
she's
students.
the board
Yeah.
members are students. Me,
But
because we have our own individual section that we're over.
I'm so proud of you guys, but again, I'm disappointed in the fact that you guys still are not able to give the kind of program that you want to give. Even if you don't give it next Friday, it's not important to have that program next Friday. What's important is that you guys have the kind of program that you want to have. That's very
Yeah,
important.
it was Miss, our assistant principal. She
The white
we
lady.
struggle, yes, we struggle with even getting a date for the program, and
How
she give
about
us a
how,
in a limited amount of time, and we
so
struggle with that. And she's over like the events and organization.
what we need to do at this point, let me tell you what we need to do this point. We need to get some parents on board. You need somebody like me on board. What we need to do at this point is not have the program next Friday at all. I'm just telling you the truth. You need to have the kind of program that you need to have. You need to get rid of her old ass, send her down the road. She needs to go. She's a relic from the past. It's time for her to go. Excuse me for being like that, but I'm telling you the truth. And there's a lot of reason why people don't like me, and it's a lot of reason why I had the kind of situation I go through. When you speak up for the people and what she's doing, she's still winning. You cannot let her win. You cannot. You guys got to come together. You got to circle the wagon. You cannot allow for her to give you a 5 minute Black history program. You just cannot. All those other
The
things.
section, the program isn't 5 minutes. The
No,
program
no,
is,
I understand, but you know what I mean. You
but
should be
yeah,
able to have someone else speaking as Martin Luther King. You should be able to sing some of those songs that they sung when we was picking cotton and not being paid for. You should be able to do that until you're able to get. I done been into a lot of clubs, and I promise you, I ain't never seen no Black folks in there doing no Caribbean or African dancing. I never seen that. Have you?
no, but that's
So
in
that's
the
their history, not ours. That's their culture, not our culture. We can agree to disagree.
well, in different parts of Africa, it's the Afro Caribbean,
Yeah,
and the people that's from Jamaica and that is Caribbean there, that's their culture.
yeah,
So in Africa, they have those different cities or countries that makes up Africa as a whole. And
true,
so, and the different cultures and the different dances creates the whole African American and what goes into that, even from different parts of the world with the slavery going on, their culture and what they did as entertainment, and then before they got taken away, the places that they were taken
I
away from.
understand. Yeah. I know, I look at you and I saw you looking up. It's kind of like one of the things that I do. I look up, and when I look up, I'm looking inside of my head and pulling information off the shelf so that I can convey it to the person that I'm talking to. So that's one attribute. First time I noticed that in you. Miss Suttles, is there anything that you want to say? I still think that y'all need to get rid of that administrator. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. Y'all need to get rid of her. I'm just telling you the truth. She
Definitely.
needs to go. She shouldn't have that kind of power. And when you
That's what I said in my meeting.
that's
That's
I
what I
agree.
told her in the
It's
meeting.
it's not too late. It's not too late to get rid of her. It's not too late to do something because it's not right. I'm gonna be calling that tomorrow. I'm your dad. I'm gonna call. I call.
Okay, I want to say this. Look,
Go ahead.
y'all can start a petition and to
What
get her
she
removed.
was?
Y'all can start a petition and have like you can get like as many as I think like 1,000 or something, 1,000 signatures or something like that, and then take it to what is it? Take it to
To the administrator. But you don't
right,
have to get 1,000. If you got 300, that would make a difference
yeah,
because 300
yeah,
of y'all made a difference. So,
right,
but you start a petition where you want teachers, students, and everybody signing, but even parents. She
right,
needs to go, and y'all need to be able to. Y'all need to never have a white person telling y'all what kind of program to have. This is
right,
something that the students should be able to decide on their own. They should not. There's no way y'all. What can y'all ain't got to tell me her name. KQ. Go off air and Google who the assistant principals are at Hillcrest High School. I
all
want to
right,
know who the principals are and the assistant principals are. And then call back. We're gonna call her name. We're gonna find out who this white person is. We're
all
gonna
right,
give her a name because people need to know a name. Shit, when we do something bad, they put our name in the paper, and that's all they do is talk about it. Unless y'all able to give us a name, or y'all able to get it, y'all prefer for us to research and get it. I
Research.
think we should that's right. Let us research and get it because it's just
Mhm.
not right. This here should not be going on. Is there anything that y'all want to say to the people? How, as a student, how do you feel about this?
I feel well with her telling us that we could not talk about civil rights or slavery. It made me question Hillcrest as a whole and what was their true purpose. Because from the beginning of my freshman year to now, there the black population in that school has increased.
Please, yeah.
The school is about 50% African Americans,
Could
and
y'all turn
it
whatever
does
that TV program on that you have in the background? I'm hearing that, so the people gonna hear that. You playing a TV program or something?
no, it's Tyrone. I told him
Okay.
I was on a podcast, but
Huh?
I told him I was on a podcast, but
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Could you pause it for a minute? Let us talk. Tell Tyrone, come on, tell him to be polite. Tell him we're doing a podcast and it's coming up. We can actually hear that.
okay.
Tell him, don't make me come down there. Nah, I'm just playing. Hey, I'm a gangster, Miss Sutter. I'm a college educated. I got all the degrees, but I was a thug and a gangster before all. I really wasn't no thug and no gangster. I never have been, but I do have all the college education. But I was on the streets before I went and got educated and started learning. So I'm a hybrid. I'm able to talk to people on the streets, and then I'm able to talk to my peers who have those master's and doctorate degrees. But yeah,
How many people can see us and hear us?
uh, it's gonna be on the World Wide Web. It's gonna be everywhere. It's on YouTube. It's
yeah.
everywhere.
You on
And
YouTube
so,
right
yeah, you're on YouTube right now. We
now?
restreaming on Facebook, TikTok. Tell her the different things that we're streaming.
We're restreaming on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and our website, and we're on let me see Spotify, Pandora, and iHeartRadio.
Yeah,
So
So you
yeah.
just embarrassed me like that?
We didn't embarrass you. We listen. You keeping it real, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? You keeping it 100. And we ain't embarrassed you or anything like that. I'm proud of you guys. I can't tell you how proud I am because usually it's older people that are standing up for themselves. Rarely do you see students doing that. You guys 16, 17, 18 years old, you're standing up. I'm very proud of that. It makes me proud just to be I'm an advocate. I always have been. But when I see other people doing it, one of the things that we don't have in our community is that people my age had a tendency to stand in the way of people your age. They won't pass the baton. And so when I see you guys young doing that, you're our leaders of tomorrow. And that makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I can lay down and I can have a good death. And it's hard for us to have a good death. You'll go to a lot of places, even on a national level. You see these old people, they so old they won't even stand down. But in the white community, they pass the baton to their children and their grandchildren, but we don't have a tendency to do that. We had a tendency to vilify our children. We had a tendency to vilify each other. We had a tendency to get into a position. I can tell you, Terry Rodgers the second is running for, I think, transportation commissioner. He's running for a statewide office. He's only 18 years old. And when they were interviewing him, one of the things a black guy said to him, how when he was listening, but once he told him how old he is, oh man, shoot, let me get up out of here. And see, that was so rude and so disrespectful. And you know, like sometimes you don't really know me, Miss Subtle, but it's Negroes like that with the handkerchief on their head. And I just learned this term, a handkerchief Negro. A handkerchief Negro is that black person that have that white handkerchief or have the white people that do things that benefit white folks more so and do benefit for themselves. It's kind of like an Uncle Tom, another way of calling somebody Uncle Tom. And I had to Google that to look up handkerchief head. And it actually defined it as that, basically a new word for Uncle Tom. But I can say this is that for that person to say something about like what you guys is doing is commendable. Don't let it stop, but don't drop the ball now. They're going to try to give you a little bit. Don't settle for it. I can tell you that I filed a lawsuit before against Bank of America. The first thing they offered me was $5,000. I wouldn't take it. I could have took it and ran with it. And they said, we'll pay the attorney fees. I could have taken it and ran with it. I did take it. I ended up getting close to 100 grand. And so, you know, and that's just a quick step. So my point of it is don't take the first thing they offer you. Because one thing they showed again that we can get you to accept anything. They're not going to accept. They tell their history and they tell their story all the time. I was listening to Cat Williams today. We just had one black president, but we can pick up the book and we can see president. They talk about it. We had one black president, and then Donald Trump came along. But baby, I just do not think that you guys should accept the 5 minutes. I think y'all need to continue y'all protest until you get her. And KQ found her. Come back in, KQ, and let's. What's that person's name? Let me watch Jada's face when you call her name.
It said, I think it's Cheryl Morrow. Cheryl Morrow? Yeah. I found it. Like I just looked it up.
You got a picture of her?
Yeah, I got it. Let me.
Show us a picture of her name. Shirley, whatever her name is.
It's Cheryl, like it's Cheryl Morrow. Morrow. Hold up, I'm about to put it up.
Spell her last name.
Morrow.
Morrow.
Hold on. I'm about to put it up.
Morrow. Miss Morrow. Yeah, Miss Morrow, we got you. We're going to try to send you home. You need to go ahead on. You're old enough to get your Social Security problems. You ain't just wait around. You'll be able to get it. And then you've probably been at the school system long enough to get state retirement. So go home. Get out of young folks' way. Get out of people's way. And because you don't talk about something doesn't mean it like it didn't happen. You have what you call the ostrich syndrome. Well, ostrich is being attacked by other animals. They'll take and put their head off in a hole because they don't see the tiger. They think the tiger is not there. Children would do the same thing. When you notice a child will cover their face up. And when they cover their face up, they don't see you. They think you disappeared. And that's what they're trying to do to you guys. She's trying to get you guys to like cover your head up so this will go away, but it's not gonna go away. Don't let her do y'all like that. I want you guys to continue to fight.
My thing is, when I found her name, her LinkedIn page came up. I typed in, it's don't y'all have 2 assistant principals?
Yep, this the one we talking about.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying, like, they was just showing that 3
assistants.
Oh, well, they showed 2 of them, but this right here.
Oh, yeah, that name, that's Cheryl Morrow, Miss Morrow, sister principal. She's about 60. Been at the school system. Been around. They used to black folks.
She was
Yeah.
a history teacher at the UA.
At the university. Wow. Why would she come? Oh, probably more money.
Probably so.
It's a step down to me when you step down from being a college professor or a college teacher and start teaching at a school system. I wonder what happened over
I
there.
think it was for. I think she was for about 25 years.
At UA. Wow, that's a long time to be at UA. So
Yep.
she's getting that retirement pay. She's in the system
Yep.
already. Y'all need to ask for her to go. You understand now? I'm like
We
Roland Martin. Y'all need to. She need to go. Y'all need to get a younger, more progressive. Y'all need to replace her with a black person. You don't care whether it's male or female.
at
You need to
the
replace her.
protest we talked about um the administrators who's the administrators at Hillcrest. They need to reflect the majority
The student
population.
body. What you're talking about is a demographic relationship. It
Mhm.
needs to be representative of the
Because
population.
with the majority of the student body being African American and all of our administrators
All right.
are white, they can be insensitive to our culture and what's important to us, and it makes them, I can't find the word, but it's kind of,
You get singled out. You
yeah.
get mistreated. You get treated unfairly. They'll notice your dress being too short while the white person, they won't notice that or say anything to them. And
And
that's how they do that.
that has happened to me before with the dress code, because last year in the fall, I came to school. I had on tights and a shirt. It was a hoodie and it didn't cover. They want your tights to be about knee length or thigh
Yeah,
length so we can
yeah.
cover. And I was walking down the math hallway to my first block class, and one of the teachers, she told me to go ahead and turn around and go to the office because my shirt wasn't long enough and my tights were too tight. But the same day, and as I was walking to the office, I seen two white girls. They had on tights and a short jacket or a short shirt. That same, nothing got said to them, and it's always the girls who aren't the same color as me that's not getting dress coded, but they are quick to point out and tell a black kid or a black student to go to the office or get them in trouble. But she told me to go to the office. I didn't go to the office. I just went home and put on some jeans because the our class starts at 8 o'clock and the bell rings at 7:55. We have 5 minutes to get to class, and she told me that 3 minutes before class started. So I just went back home and I changed clothes and I checked into school because I thought it was unfair and I wasn't about to get in trouble for something that. Why is there even a dress code? I feel like it protects the teachers and it's more towards girls than boys.
It's geared toward people from your persuasion. What
Mhm.
and that's one of the things that we're gonna say people's in authority do is that they try to make it difficult for you to be in all those different organizations that you're in. They try to make it difficult for you to stay in school. Try to make it difficult. They try to do everything they can to make you quit or make you get a low grade or to give you a depressed. They put all that pressure on you, and it shows that. It just shows your strength. The fact that you and Miss Solos are still there because a lot of students quit school behind that kind of stuff. A lot of students get angry. A lot of students don't have the support network that you and a lot of students have. So I want to commend you guys, and I know what you've been going through. I think you said one time even your mother was treated disrespectful. Am I right?
Mhm. Yes.
And could you tell the people out there who your parent and step parent is?
My mother is Mary Thomas and my step parent is Tyrone Thomas.
And her, give your mother complete name, like
Mary
Mary.
Mary
Mary. Go ahead.
Mary Janelle Thomas.
Her mother name, her maiden name is Janelle Baylor, or Mary Janelle Baylor, or Janelle Baylor, what a lot of people call her, so that you know. But her name is Mary Janelle Baylor Thomas, and that's your mother's complete name. But anyway, anything else you want to say? I just can't tell you how proud I am of you being your father and everything. I never thought that I would see, not one of my daughters, but I should know that because when your sister died, how old were you when she died? Was you 14, almost 13, or 14, or just 15?
Or it was
You,
2020.
it was 2020. You was 15. Yeah,
Yes.
just turned 15, and you took charge. Because your daddy just lost it, and then I can see that same kind of strength in black females, period. So I want to commend all black females. You're so strong. You guys have held the family together. You helped me that day. And so many times, I just want to tell you, I'm real proud of you, and I'm proud of you too, Miss Soto. Is there anything else you want to say? We're gonna be looking forward to we're gonna tune in on when you on Rolling Martin and he talked to you. That rascal ain't no joke. Now he said that you guys should. It was 3 people on a national level. All of them said that you guys should be filing a lawsuit against Tuscaloosa County school system, and I agree with that. So if y'all can't get an attorney to do that, we're gonna have to get somebody on board or something. At some point in time, somebody need to do not let this go away. Miss, get rid of that lady. She got enough money. She need to go. Y'all need to have another meeting because y'all need to not be subjected to the type of singling out that you've been subjected to, the mistreatment, the unfair treatment. And the only way that's going to go away is that you have people that are more like you to understand your culture without racial sensitivity classes. And it shouldn't be like that. But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of Miss Suttles and all of you guys that stood up. Anything else you want to say?
Um,
Anything you want to say, Miss Sutter? You see, I'm peeping. I can't see around that corner, but I know you're in that bed over
he
there.
said anything else you want to say? Mm-mm.
Well, we heard that. She said, Okay, I'm going to sign y'all off, okay? And I'm going to bring Q on.
Okay.
Love you, baby.
Love you too.
Q.
Yes.
I don't know whether we have comments or not. Do we have any comments? I can tell you that I can tell you that one of the things that, and I gotta tell you this, is that one of the things that I didn't notice is that when I was in the 6th grade, I made like honor roll, and there was a female in there also that made honor roll. We had made all perfect score when we graduated from the 6th grade. Did you know that the school system would only give a selected amount of certificates? They said, okay, we're gonna give out, say, in each class, and it says 5 6th grade classes, we're gonna give out 5 certificates. But in some classes, in my class, there was 2 of us that had the highest grade, and me and the girl both had it. And so they actually drew straws, and I was the one got it. Can imagine how that girl felt? No, just realize that we had a white administrator. We had all black teachers and all black principals at that particular time, but everybody that was at central office, we talking about Meridian Public School, everybody at central office was white. All the deputy superintendents, the superintendent, they were all white. And so they set up this series. You understand how they gonna make you fight over something. Then when you leave a person out of it, then that person gonna feel bad or feel left out. They have done so many things all of their lives, ever since they were forced to pay us money for working for them. They've done so many things to keep us from going past go. And they still continue to do that. And I heard somebody, they got upset at some black person, this guy named May, the one that talk about handkerchief head. They got upset at him. He's a city councilor because he did like this and said something about the Jews or High Hitler or something. And then this guy talking about 15, talking about what happened during the Holocaust. Are you serious? What happened during the Holocaust? We endured 400 years of slavery, but you want us to look at what happened to these white folks, but you want to ignore what happened to us? We talking about 400. It was a war then. So in wartime, it was war crime, and those people paid for it. But you talking about 400 years of slavery.
Indeed.
And then under Jim Crow, how many years, decades of Jim Crow and racism and lynching and all that still goes on to this day under unregulated police force.
Right.
And
Right.
it's just sad. But anyway, we have a few comments. You can read those comments, Q.
Sandra went. She said, "Hey," I mean, and then Ladonna Cole said, "Hey." So, and them the only two. So,
Well, hey, LaDonna, and hey, Chandra. Always appreciate you guys watching and make sure y'all tell somebody to tell somebody. So we're gonna sign off, and Terry Rodgers, maybe he'll be able to come on Thursday, but we're getting ready to sign off now. And I want to thank Jada and Sutter, Jada Holt, Miss Holt, and Miss Sutter for being on the podcast. We did this special podcast so that you guys can know what's going on. This goes on all over America. But when you stand up and bring the focus of attention, really take you 5 minutes, really. I mean, they still have their program, but they talking
yeah.
about well, boy, it take longer to lynch a person.
Right. 5 minutes is just too short.
They need to get rid of that Miss what's her
Right.
name? Miss Morrow. Is that
Yeah. I would have, man. I would have had a
Miss Cheryl
petition
Morrow?
the
We
next
need, they
day.
need to they need to retire her. She need to be retired. The
All right.
students at that school and the parents need to ask for that lady to be removed because she's insensitive. They need to replace her with a
Right.
black.
They basically need to do a petition.
Yeah, that's right. I agree.
Yep.
Okay. Y'all have a good evening. We get ready to end this screen.